Bruh.
Anglo-Saxon weapons and armor were one of a kind. The material that would have been used to make these weapons were wood, gold, silver, copper, or even bronze wire. They would use the wood for the handles so that the weapon could have a good grip, and metals would be twisted so that it would become stronger. The tools and workshops were important because of how long it would take for these weapons and armor to be made. Why did the Saxons ever use shields? Well, shields were very important to them for combat, and they also had a symbolic meaning to them. Since there was no cavalry in combat at the time, everyone fought on foot. Shields were designed in a circular shape and had a diameter of 1 to 3 feet. Small shields were used for skirmishes, while larger shields would be used for formations since they could withstand a lot more. Shields were also symbolic to the Saxons at the time. They represented the symbol of a real warrior, and it would be a deeply offensive and disgraceful act if the warrior decided to abandon their shield. Shields would also be a representation of a user's social status and role in society. That is why some shields looked a whole lot better than others. This is not a shield. It's not a shield for the Anglo-Saxons anyway. One, it's not circular. It's kind of tube-shaped. Two, it's really, you can break it really easily if a sword went through it or a spear. And three, I don't think they had Red Bull back then, so
this is a good example of a shield because it is circular, obviously, and it can easily deflect sword and spear attacks because it is a strong material and a nice big surface. See, with our demonstration here. Perfect.
The broadsword was the weapon of choice for most noblemen in the time of Grendel. It measured 3 feet in length and had a wooden handle with leather bindings. It was often complexly decorated with runes or phrases the wielder found special. The battle axe, or the Francisco, was mostly favored by the Franks, and was not seen in Grendel as it was the rarest weapon of its time. Spears were the most common type of weapon in this era, as they were the cheapest to make. There were two main types of spears. There were the throwing spears and the thrusting spears. The throwing spear was used to hurl at opponents. They were lightweight and had a long tip for maximum piercing effect. The thrusting spear was heavier and used more when stabbing opponents. They had a broad tip for strength, and the finest spear could pierce through armor and shields with ease. Anglo-Saxons wore mailcoats, which were chains finely woven together to form a shirt. They were lightweight to allow freedom of movement in battle, which provides a high contrast to the clunky suits used in the Renaissance era. Helmets were often decorated and provided full facial coverage to protect against spear attacks.